listening to Lab Certified, and I'm your host, Andre Speech. I got a special guest in studio today. I've known him for quite a few years, Mr. Duane Goodman. We kind of want to talk a little bit about your journey. I think it's a real inspiring story. Your story is one that needs to be heard, and it's definitely one of persistence and some disappointment and all of those things. So, in the basketball world, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Okay. First off, thank you for having me. Coming to the studio, and I think just the basis of my story is basically just persistence, like you said, and just determination, and not allowing what I'm going through in this current situation be my end all be all. Just trying to keep it going. I was always overlooked. I was little, I was skinny, and I didn't let that affect me too much, because I just knew, like, if I continue to work hard and just find a way, like, everything will work out in itself. So I think that's just pretty much like the basis of my story. Always did 3 workouts a day ever since I got cut from my 10th grade team. And my dad was just like, hey, if you want it, so go get it. So that was just kind of like the story of my life.
Yeah, like one thing, we've been training probably, we approaching 6 or 7 years now, right? Maybe even more. But the one thing I've noticed about you from the day I met you was your work ethic and your attitude. You're one of the most positive guys. Your work ethic is unmatched, and being a person that's trained so many players and worked with so many players over the years, what you bring to the table as far as attitude and work ethic is something special. Where did that come from?
I think a lot of it was just, I looked at guys, of course, like rankings, it's always not good to be like looking at it from a thief of joy type of thing. But I looked at it always in a sense like, I know I can catch them. I know a lot of people don't work hard. They're like their talent just be like the image of them. Yep. And I was just like, all right, if I do my push-ups during these commercial breaks, if I do these squats when I, go to the kitchen, I feel like I could catch him, and that was just like my motivation to, catch him.
Totally. And it's hard to keep that motivation when you experience disappointment, so it's easy to stay positive and have a good attitude when everything is all good. Yep. But when you face adversity, what's in you that keeps you going to keep you wanting to reach that goal and push through?
I think the biggest thing that hit me in terms of finding motivation was make the motivation. And I told somebody on Instagram today, if you look at your current situation, it's easy to say, I should just give up right now. Mm-hmm. But I think when you look at it from what happens if I push hard, right? What happens if I try to make a situation out of this? Think about the story that could be, I was down and I didn't give up. If you give up, then your story ends. But I feel like if you just keep on going and have faith in your work ethic, because you can only take yourself as far as you want to go. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, there's limitations, but if you consistently work hard, I feel like you can do whatever you want, wherever you do. So that's the thing. Finding motivation is create the motivation and just find a way.
Yeah. And when it comes to motivation and discipline and work ethic and all of those things, you may have it, but some may think yours is even obsessive. I've known you for a while, and you do not just one workout every day, not just 2 workouts every day, and not just, sometimes you do 3 or 4, and some guys may think a couple hours a day is enough. What makes you push through to take it to that level?
Because I knew growing up that I wouldn't catch anybody based off of just talent. I knew that for sure. I knew that I wasn't talented like everybody else that I grew up with. So I was like, all right, boom, what's my edge? I think you always talk about it, what's your edge in terms of the players you coached and trained? You always ask them, what is your edge? So I feel like my edge is I'm going to work hard, I'm going to do the dirty work, I'm going to do all that stuff. So the obsession just comes from just trying to outwork everybody and try to outwork my potential. You know what I'm saying? And it's boom, I want to scare myself so much and be like, okay, I want to try to get to the NBA. Now, obviously, that looks like an in the stars, but it's like, what if you can get there? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to leave it all out there. You know what I'm saying? Do 3 workouts a day, do 4 workouts a day. You know what I'm saying? Do my cold plunge, do my sauna work. Just finding every little way to make it happen, because at the end of my life, I don't want to look back and be like, I should have went harder.
I should have went harder.
Dang, if I would have just did 2 more push-ups, I could have did this. Nah, like,
I like it.
My whole life, like, at the end of it, I want to be like, you know what? I did.
I gave it all I could.
I did. That's what I'm saying. Like, and I can live with that. I just live with that. Whatever happens. Yeah.
Well, I definitely want to dive deeper into your story. Let's take this quick break. Hey, everybody out there, you're listening to Lab Certified. I'm your host, Andre Speech. You're tuned into WDRB Media. We'll be right back after the break. All right, welcome back. WDRB Media, the voice of the community. And for those listening live, free on the TuneIn Radio app, Streamer, Apple Music, Radio Seed, and more, you're listening to Lab Certified. I'm your host, Andre Speech. And if you're just tuning in, we're discussing dreams, we're discussing perseverance, persistence, and everything that comes with that, with Mr. Duane Goodman. He's a player that I've trained over the years. He has a real special story, and I wanted to bring it to our audience. Duane, we kind of touched on the work ethic and all of those things in segment 1, but let's get into a little bit more of your basketball experience as it goes to making teams, not making teams. You say you got cut from your team in 10th grade. Yeah. What made you keep going, and where did your basketball journey go from there?
Okay. So I was always somebody who was like, I love basketball, love watching it, because it was something you could always do all the time. Like, I tried football, it was hot. I tried soccer, my footwork wasn't the best. I tried track, I always got second place. But basketball, I just felt like I could always improve. You can go find a basketball court, you can work on your dribbling, you can work on your shooting. And so I fell in love with it from there. But like you said, I got cut from 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, and 10th grade. So I got cut all those years.
That's a lot of cuts.
A lot of cuts. And I think the biggest thing was like, I just wanted to, when I first started, it was always, I want to prove everybody wrong. And so that's why I did all those workouts. I did my push-ups during commercial breaks. I did squats. I did calf raises in the shower. I was like, find an obsession. And so I fell in love with the journey, the process of it. And, then I started making my teams. I made my team at 11th grade. I averaged like almost 16, 17 points a game, all state at Queens Grant and stuff. And so it felt good to have the reward after working hard. I know a lot of times, like, people just get cut. All right, I'm done with it. Let me find something else. But I just found a peace with basketball. And so I just like, what, I got to give it all I can. You know what I'm saying? So, I think from getting cut, it was just proving everybody wrong and just loving the journey.
Yep. So after making the team in 11th grade, obviously you made the team again in 12th grade, and you went on. Very few people go on to play at the next level in college. Where'd your college journey take you?
So a lot of people don't know this. I don't know if I even told you this, but after my 12th grade, I tried to try out for NAIA in Florida Memorial. And, so the coach told me, we'll give you a legit shot. I had a connection in there. So I was like, all right, cool. Got down there, did the tryout, killed him. And it was like, basically, hey, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. We had our team already. You know what I'm saying? Like, you came down, appreciate you. If you want to stay and be a student, that's great. And it hurt me. It hurt me getting cut again. You know what I'm saying? In college, when I'm telling everybody, I'm going to Florida Memorial, I'm playing basketball, and I'm going to Miami, and I'm playing basketball, and it not happening. It's like tough. Like, all right, I got to figure out something else. So then that's when I went to Combine, prep school, and try to revive my career. And even after Combine, nobody really wanted to take a chance on me, and it was tough. So one coach gave me a legit shot. Like, I had a walk-on spot at Chicago State after Combine, but the head coach, it didn't feel like he really wanted me. I'm not gonna say his name, but it was like almost like, if you want to come, cool. If not, we're not tripping.
Yeah, it didn't feel right. That's not the right fit.
It's not the right fit. And this D3 coach, right? Mind you, when you're growing up, nobody wants to say, "Oh, I want to go D3." Nobody says, "I love D3."
Yeah.
But this D3 coach literally was like, "Hey man, like I love your game, I love your attitude, and I love your family. Like I would love for you to be here." And this coach was in Vermont, so shout out to Coach Ben. And like Vermont, I've never heard of Vermont.
Yeah.
Like who's even up there? And so I was like,
where is Vermont?
Vermont, it's literally.
I'm joking.
You know where it is.
Yeah, I do.
So yeah, like that's my process too, and I'm just like what? So I went up to Vermont, Green Mountain College, and seen the campus. I seen they had a gym. That's all I needed to see. I'm not gonna lie. So just going somewhere where I'm wanted, I think that's a beautiful thing, and I want players out there to understand that too. Like, go somewhere where people gonna love you. You know what I'm saying? People gonna see the value in your game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's the first coach that actually was like, you know what? Like, I love your game. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna challenge you. I'm not gonna just give it to you, but like, if you're willing to work, you just come here. So yeah.
All right. So from Vermont, you probably did your thing up there, I'm sure.
Yep.
Where'd your basketball journey go from there?
Okay. So after my sophomore year, Green Mountain College turned into a NAIA school. So we went from D3 to NAIA. So I was all region for Defensive Player of the Year.
All right.
And that alone, like of course I told you I got the all conference. I got sportsmanship award that you say you like the most. But the Defensive Player of the Year set me up so much that I had about 10 D2s. I had like 40 D3s and NAIAs, and I had
started getting some options.
Oh my gosh, what? I had like 5 D2s. I ain't gonna lie, I was like, this is what it feel like. Like coaches calling you every day, "Hey Duane, hey man, love your game," and then you gotta ask them, "Hey, what school is this?" It got to that point. I was like, bro, my phone is off the hook. But yeah, I ended up choosing Minot State in North Dakota.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out Coach Merkin. And I think that was, I don't know if you're going to go into this, how it went, but boy, like, Coach Merkin challenged me. Like, that was the first time I had to learn how to read a ball screen, read backside help, you know what I'm saying, do like a stampede run into a pull-up or layup. Like, he taught me how to, you know what I'm saying, like, think the game.
Read the game, think the game. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. It's more to it than in high school. It's more just playing off talent. Now, if you're fortunate enough to play for a good coach that's teaching you those details and aspects, that's a bonus. But a lot of players don't really learn how to play basketball till they get to the college level.
Right. And so that's literally what I learned, because in Minot State, not Minot State, but Green Mountain College, it was a lot of dribble drive. So if I got downhill, you know what I'm saying, boom, I'm scoring at will. But then going to Minot State, it was like, hey, look, it's not just you now.
Yeah.
Now you're playing for the team, and also I had to play a role too. Like, I was an off-ball guy. And mind you, at Green Mountain, I was never off-ball. Like, I'm point guard, PG1 all the time.
All day.
So now coming to a school where I'm off the ball and shoot, I might get 5 shots a game. I might get 2, So it was kind of like dang, like, this is an adjustment. You know what I'm saying? This is an adjustment. So it was a tough adjustment, but I think that was the most impactful year of my life in terms of, like, trying to reinvent my game and learning how to actually fit in,
Yeah.
And
the adjustment in high school, I had some guests on in last week's show that were both college freshmen, Michaela Minshaw and JJ Dancy. I think you know them.
Yeah, I think so.
And they talked about the difference from being a primary person in high school to being a role player or just a general team person at the college level, where you're not getting 10, 15, 20 shots a game. You may get 5, you may get 2, and you almost are happy with those during the course of your early years in college, because everything's moving so fast and it's so much more to it. The strength of everybody, the size of everybody, it is a big adjustment there.
And then also too, like you said, you only get a couple shots. So that was the first time where my workouts, you doing off the dribble, tween cross, all that stuff. Now in your workouts, I'm doing dribble to myself, 1 dribble pull up, dribble to myself, play off 2 feet. Like, it's different. Like, that's what actually is gonna make you succeed. Like, it's not the 3,000 moves. Like, You know what I'm saying? Like that's why when I came back for break, I was like, Dre, we gotta get in the gym.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta get these jumpers in. We gotta get these like 2 or 3 dribbles max.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And get to it. That's how you really get better when you play in college. For sure.
Correct. Understanding how to be efficient with 1 or 2 dribbles, catching shoots,
Yeah.
you know, minimal action with the ball, unless you the primary guy that's handling it, sure.
Yeah.
But it's rare where one guy just has the rock all the time. Usually it's a lot of movement, cuts, catch and shoot, you know, coming off a ball screen, making a read, dropping a pass off, catch and shoot, kicking to somebody. So
You flashing? Yeah.
Yes, those type of things, you know, and I try to teach our players that now because that's way more realistic to college than dancing with the rock, 30 dribbles. You know, that's not really realistic in today's game.
No, definitely not. And I wish a lot of people like taught that. And I love training with you because, like, if I asked you, like, you know, like, why am I doing this move? Like, you literally could tell me, okay, like, you're not giving me moves, you're giving me actions to like really work on. So, and you be free in that action. And I feel like a lot of times in like you see training world and Instagram trainers is like they're training you for the 2% of the game you're gonna have the ball in your hand. You know what I'm saying? Now what happens after you give the ball up? What are you doing after that?
Yeah, do you know what to do when you don't have the ball?
Right. Are you doing split actions after you pass the ball in the post? You diving down. See this stuff like, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad we talked about this. Like this is stuff that people need to know. Like
you gotta have some IQ with your game, because the one-on-one dancing with it, shooting garbage shots, that'll actually get you in the doghouse at the college level. You know, in high school and AAU, sometimes that garbage is rewarded. It's the exact opposite at the college level. That stuff will get you. Your minutes go to zero. You know, and you over there looking sad.
Now look, I got a funny story. So Coach Merkin, it's okay now. Look, at the time I was mad. So in Minot State, right? So mind you, first couple games I'm playing 34 minutes, 35. I'm like, hold on, Duane, you might sneak into a G League, something, I don't know. So, you know, I'm feeling myself. We playing in St. Cloud. It's a D2, and I forgot where it is, but I caught the ball, and I went down, and I did a snatchback jumper. Now, they call it a charge, but it was shoulder, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Big guard. So, boom, I did it, shot it, I made it, but they called a charge. The coach pulled me, Coach Berger pulled me out. He said, you're not playing the rest of the year.
Wow.
He said your role is catch and shoot, catch, drive, layup. I try to get outside myself. I try to do this like dancing and stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm used to that. Nope. I got pulled and I had like 12 DNPs in a row.
Woo, 12 DNPs. Hey, hold that thought. Let's continue that story on the other side of this break. When we come back, we'll continue our discussion with Duane Goodman. You're tuned in to WDRB Media. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, we back at it. WDRB Media, the voice of the community. This is Lab Certified. I'm your host, Andre Speech. If you're just tuning in, we got Duane Goodman in the studio today.
Let's go, y'all.
And we talking about getting into your college days, right? And at the end of segment 2, we were kind of talking about doing too much, you know, in college, and you kind of had left off with you had taken 12 DNPs for doing too much. Go ahead and let us hear the rest of that.
Okay, so after a while, you know, I'm getting mad, and I'm thinking like, dang, like the coach ain't seeing my worth, and you know, you talking to your friends, and your friends are saying, yeah, coach tripping, right? Not knowing, like Coach Merkin, like that's the best thing he could have did is like wake me up and say, you got to play to wherever you're placed at. You know what I'm saying? You can't try to train and say, oh, this coach tripping. Wherever I go next, I'm gonna dance with the ball. What if that time don't happen? You know what I'm saying? And your best situation is not going to include you dancing with the ball.
Correct.
So from there, like I said, one dribble pull-ups, one dribble, you know what I'm saying, one dribble hezzy, then get downhill, like very basic stuff, but it helped me, and I've carried that on to all my workouts. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's almost like college is its own thing, because in high school and AAU, you can kind of dance and do your thing one-on-one. College, is not like that, and then you jump to the pro level, NBA. It's a lot of ISO and one-on-one, and the stars get to do their thing.
Yep.
So I love hearing that you had to adjust your game at the college level, and more than likely, unless you're a star even at the pro level, you still have to play pretty similar to how you play in college. You're catch and shoot, you're coming off screens, you're reading actions and making plays off of that. So how did your college years finish up? How did those end? How'd your college days end?
I think my college at Knox College, great. I played for Coach Ben again. Coach Ben, who I played for at Green Mountain, got a job at Knox College.
Reunited.
Yeah, reunited.
Right.
And so playing for him again. I brought everything from Minot State over. Like, no matter what my role is, if I'm gonna be primary guard, off ball, I can shoot, I can catch and shoot. Threes was on point from Minot State. Off the dribble was great from my Vermont days. You know what I'm saying? And so everything just came together. And so I averaged about 11. Unofficially with the assists, about 5 or 6. Of course, a lot of people don't know how to do the stats for the assists.
That's right.
So about 5 or 6 assists.
Messing your dimes up.
But 5 rebounds. So it wasn't like super like eye catching, but at the same time, like I knew that, like I played my game, and our offense wasn't predicated to scoring a lot, but our offense was just kind of like everybody. You know what I'm saying? And like our highest average for points was like 14.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? 14, 15. So we didn't average a lot, but our defense was great. So college was pretty good, though. College was pretty good.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think we may have to come back for a part 2 on this interview. But if the college days came to an end, I'm sure that's not where you wanted your journey to end.
No.
You had some aspirations of playing, professionally. At the NBA level, it's a much tougher jump. It's very few spots available. A lot of politics involved with that. So, briefly, let's talk about it, because we may have to go into your pro journey on the next show.
Cool.
But kind of talk a little bit about what your thought process was when college came to end, what you wanted to do.
So, of course, I wanted to try to get myself into the G League, because I think the NBA. I knew I could defend at a high level. I knew I could catch and shoot. I was a perfect role player in a sense, in terms of perfecting that craft in that aspect. So I wanted to play G League and work my way to the NBA. But of course, I had to go through a lot of bumps in the road with not politics, but the business of basketball.
Totally.
Where the owner, they don't want to take a chance on a kid that not averaging that much. You know what I'm saying? So that they want to see the finished product now and not like build them up. So
they want you to walk in with a full resume. They don't want to help you build what's not there yet.
Especially G League, NBA, like they're dumping hundreds of thousands, millions into you. So you can't not be a finished product. So I had to go through a lot of workouts again, work out with you, do these G League tryouts and make connections, and it's the biggest thing.
So we'll have to come back next week and finish this discussion and get into your pro journey.
Definitely.
We've been discussing with Mr. Duane Goodman the journey from high school to college to the professional road. Join us next week as we continue our discussion. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Continue to tune in every Wednesday at 7 p.m. If you want to be a guest on Lab Certified, be sure to email me at labcertifiedradio@gmail.com. Connect with me on social media on IG at LabCityCLT. Duane, be sure to throw them your IG. How can they follow you?
So y'all can follow me on Instagram, iHoopWithGod, on almost all my social media platforms, iHoopWithGod, and hope to see y'all sometime.
All right. You've been listening to Lab Certified. I'm your host, Andre Speech. Until next week, continue to be blessed. We out.
So. So. Now listen, I just want to give you this, you know what I'm saying? So look, this on the camera though, you feel me? I know we was running out of time, but hey, look, you feel me? That's Costa Rica right there.
Oh, that's Costa Rica?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Straight island, from the islands.
Jaguars. You feel me?
Yeah.
I like that. Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Gotta go with the white shorts.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be walking around in the full suit.
Nah.
They gonna think I'm coming out of retirement. You feel me?
Yeah, I'm knowing that. Oh yeah, that's all you, Doc. Feel me?